All right, Fernando, welcome back on Sherdog. How are you today, my friend?
Really good, and you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How was your
Thank you.
morning session?
Really good, really good. Just a little bit of fluidity and moving and having a lot of just repass of the game plan and what we're gonna do.
So, are you ready for your second UFC fight then?
Yes, sir, I am.
I bet you are. I bet you are. And right now, of course, you're scheduled to take on Kyle Nelson on September 16th. How was your training camp for this one?
Amazing. I finished the last fight and then I think I rest for like 4 days. I came back to California on Monday of that same week, and then coach on Friday told me, "Hey, let's hit some pads."
Oh.
So I pretty much, yeah, literally just that. Um, I got a tattoo and I rest for a week, and that's it, pretty much. But
Was
other than that, I've been literally constant.
wasn't your coach satisfied with your performance in your UFC debut? I mean, come on, we saw that.
No, he was honestly, he was really happy with the performance, obviously, but everything. I think everything comes to with a price, you know. I think I didn't just put in a statement for the UFC, but for the world now that it's like the eyes of everyone. So he is real. I mean, he's been on the sport for a long time, so I trust in him. And I think the way that he told it to me, that say it to me was, uh, now we need to work harder because that there's more eyes on you.
Of course, I was just joking, and I was actually about to ask you, what do you think about your performance? I mean, Julian Erosa, I know him, everyone knows him actually. He's a tough opponent, especially
Yes.
for someone in his UFC debut.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting to have a really like a war with Julian. I know he's the type of fighter that bring it on. I said it a lot, and that's what I like to do, and that's like the striking type of. But I feel that year and 9 months or year and like 11 months that I wasn't training, a lot in me changed, and it showed. Not just like I felt more slick, more fluid when I was in the cage, and I think the punches were landing really solid when I was just flowing. No disrespect to no one, but like yeah, I was just like flowing, like I was hitting pads, and it was hitting in the right places. Julian obviously is tough, and I was expecting to knock him down like that on the second round, and then like maybe get a finish in the second round, probably on the third. But when it happened, like minute 40, man, incredible. I just needed to capitalize, so I just went it and did it. Follow up.
I saw that, everyone saw that. How did you celebrate afterwards?
Oh, with my mom and my dad and my whole team. I had a lot of people that drive from California to want and see me. I had a auntie who came from North Dakota, I think so. And man, like I just wanted to see them enjoy it and getting soaked with all the love, all the people who went and mobilized just for me to see that fight. It was awesome. Honestly, was I always said it like this: that day was like a perfect setup. A perfect setup. My family, my friends, everything. The win, you know.
How went your first UFC fight week?
How it went.
Yes.
Uh, it was pretty smooth, pretty awesome. It was nice to like get acclimate to the entire UFC vibe. Obviously, it's way different to every other company. I fought in a lot of other companies, and there's nothing like the UFC. Uh, I felt again when I first stepped in the PI, the feeling that I had was of being a professional. Like, oh wow, like I really feel like a professional. Like not just like saying that I'm a professional. Like this whole building is made for us as fighters, for me that I'm in this company. And that week, the whole attention they were giving me, the whole staff of the UFC it was awesome. They all of them are awesome. They know they have a big important job, and they know also how like fighters get in the fight week, so they don't really stress you out. They really like let you flow with the motions, even on the interviews or everything that you have to do. When I was signing the when I was signing the
The
posters, I
posters.
was trying
Yeah.
to yeah, I was trying to go fast, and then the guy told me, he's like, "Hey, man, you can take your time. Like, you can do it as slow as you want. Like, I'm just here grabbing it to get ready." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And then they told me the story about Macy Barber. That Macy Barber usually always put like the entire name, the signature, and I think something else. And so like it's cool that they like they're really chill. The entire crew, I'm telling you, and just the Vegas UFC, everything was perfect. You know, everything was perfect.
What's the biggest takeaway from your first UFC fight week, considering that now you're heading into your second one? You know,
Oh,
you
I'm
the
pretty sure I'm gonna be the experience, taking the experience and understanding where I was, how to act a little bit better. You know, like for a fact, we're professional people. We're icons or people is looking up to us, you know, like every single one of the fighters in the UFC. So we all had to act like professionals. So what I take is the experience of having the like feeling and leaving all that. So I feel that the next time I'm going to be there, I'm going to be more fluid with interviews. I'm going to be like more calm with the people, with the whole entire UFC vibe.
event on which you're competing is set to celebrate the Mexican Independence Day. How much does it mean to you to represent Mexico in the UFC? And
I
not
always said
only
it.
in general, represent Mexico in your everyday life, you know.
Yes, sir. I always say it like this. It's always my family in Mexico. It's like like what else can I feel proud. I feel like really, really proud that I got to a point that now I can represent my entire country, right? Like on the biggest stage on the on this sport, the UFC, and it's incredible. I'm not just representing no more just my family or my team or my team. Like I'm always doing that, but now you have the entire country on your back. And you know, I think Mexicans, we're really good supporters. I feel all the love of all the people over there, even though they're so far away from me. Like, man, mi gente, it's people of love. Mexicans are people of love. So, um, I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited to have this fight because of that too. All the people is gonna be there.
If I'm not wrong, your fight is opening the main card. How good is that for you?
Amazing, amazing. I was just really happy to know that I was gonna be in the main card. I saw that the places were changing a lot, so I was just like, man, honestly, in general, I'm just really happy to be in that card. So wherever I was gonna be put, I'm gonna represent my best, like I always do, put my heart in that cage. So opening the main card is gonna be the best thing, you know. Hell yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it.
How do you see your fight with Nelson going down?
I think he's a really tough dude. Obviously experienced guy again. I've been fighting with people like him. Obviously, I feel that I'm the experienced guy too. So I hope he just don't underestimate me, I guess. I've been training really hard. I've been really constant for this, like, and not just for this fight, but I've been doing it since the last camp. And I'm gonna be ready for everything. I'm not the type of guy who like to predict fights. Like I think I keep it close to me, but personally, I know I'm better, faster, and I just need to go and prove it. I just need to go and prove it. He's a great guy. He's technically like a good veteran, so I just need to go and take that away from him. You know.
I kind of guess the answer of this question that I'm going to ask you, but even though you have just told me that you're not a prediction, you don't like to give predictions, how do you see the main event going down, the rematch between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko?
Uh, third round TKO or submission with Alexa.
I was imagining that answer, to be honest, but it's good, you know, to have a sort of Mexico against the rest of the world, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And in your opinion, how
Yes.
much has the quality and the level of Mexican MMA improved over the years, you know, considering that Brando Moreno has become UFC champion 2 times, Alexa Grasso is champion right now. So
I think well, drastically for the last, I think, 5 years to now, the level of Mexican fighters is been increasing a lot. Also because there's more support and I guess more companies too. When I first came here to America, I think that first year, or if I'm not wrong, year and a half, there was nothing in Mexico. Like no fights, no companies doing fights. uh, I don't know if it was 2016, 2017, but it was pretty dry. I remember like a lot of my friends or people that I knew that the fight, they were telling me, it's like, hey man, you're lucky being over there. Um, and then after that, there was like this amateur boom. They start doing like a lot of amateur events, and I feel that give the amateur kids a lot of experience. So now 4 or 5 years, and like if by now all that experience translates to the pro, and then there's more companies like Lux, UWC, we have Combate Global, you know, like you have all these little companies exploding more in Mexico, and I'm pretty sure there's more that I didn't even mention. And the experience of the kids that fight in the amateur is showing now. So all these new generation kids coming strong, and with the whole motivation of, like you say, uh, Brandon winning 2 times, Jair, and then you have Alexa. You know, like even Irene, like I know she lost, but fighting a four title, that's something that like even a lot of us as just like dream of. So it's a really big motivation, and like I think that we all as Mexicans need to take it like that too.
do you see yourself competing for the title? And if so, in how many years?
Uh, if everything goes good, and if I can say it like, with my chest, I can see myself being a challenger in 3 years.
Well, fingers crossed. Mucha suerte, Fernando. Thank you
Muchas
for giving
gracias.
us a little bit of your time today. Best of luck, my friend, and hopefully I will hear again from you in the future.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Have
Have
a
a
nice
great
day.
day.
Bye bye.